Hello everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Today we have some more racing on the Mullen Ultimate. We are back at Qatar running the full out this week. Of course, we had our pre-season race last week at Qatar Short. We are on the full out now for the actual first round of our new Wednesday series. 45 minutes of racing coming up. 2 times fuel usage, 2 times tyre wear. Will add in strategic elements despite the shorter race after a 10-minute qualifying session, which we'll be getting into in just a moment. Just waiting for the server to be skipped forward. Yes, those 7 minutes will not be waiting all 7 minutes, and there we go. We are going to get out immediately. Lucky it is a private qualifying session. But yeah, it is time to get underway for this series. We do have tyre warmers for this series. So, and with the high fuel and tyre wear usage, it will likely be a 1-lap stint. We might have time to... We'll definitely have time to do 2 little stints. Might even have time to do 3 stints. But yeah, we're going to take it a little bit easy round here on the out lap. We don't want to wear the tyres more than we need to. Just take it nice and easy. Yeah, welcome along. If you didn't catch last week's pre-season race, we finished 2nd or 3rd, I can't remember. We were certainly on for a 2nd place finish after qualifying in 4th place. I did make a couple of mistakes. No, it was 2nd place finish because the driver that was challenging us for that position got a drive-through penalty for speeding in pit lane, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, as I said, just taking it easy round here. Trying not to wear the tyres too much. So as we head into the final corner, we'll about to open up our first flying lap. There are all tyres at 99%. If we were full push, I think we'd be down to 98% on the lefts. So that's why we're just taking it a bit easy. Now towards turn 1 for the first time. They on the brakes, try and get the car turned in and straighten off the exit a little bit. Try and give us better traction on the short shoot to turn 2. Get the car into the left-hander. Love understeer there, a bit wide. Not ideal, so we're then flat out through turn 3. Now towards turns 4 and 5. A little bit deceptively tight using all of the inside curb. Try not to use too much and invalidate the lap. And then bring the car right over to the right-hand side to get the car slowed down for turn 5. Very tight corner. Now up towards this next right-hander. Very fast corner in high downforce, or somewhat fast corner. It just carries on and on. Very long. Then we get into this little flick of a right-hander. Get back on the power and then heavy onto the brakes again. Pick up the throttle as early as you dare. Don't run the car too wide through the exit curb. So now make our way to this triple right-hander. Glide the car into the first apex. Use the inside curb to help rotate the car. Down to 3rd gear for the last one. Tighter than all the previous ones. Not using too much of that entry curb to the penultimate corner can unsettle the car as we now make our way to the final corner. Again, trying to get a good exit. Let's see, time will be a 58.8. Not too bad, I don't think, but I definitely feel like there's more pace in there. But yeah, what's by second and a half, 1.6 seconds off the current top time. Go take some fuel out, put on some new tyres, and yeah, just go wait. We wouldn't have time to do 2 more out laps. With taking them a little bit more slowly. So we'll just wait a little moment. There is track evolution. So just go wait for a little moment. Yeah, with about 4 minutes on the clock now, we'll start heading out just to be safe. Still currently sitting in 3rd place. A lot of Mercedes in the series. Only one in front of us, as well as a BMW. Yeah, 4 Mercedes lining up behind us. But yeah, hopefully we can find some time on our first attempt. Remember, only qualifying P4 last time. We got a good start. Managed to jump ourselves up to P2 into T1. We were nearly in the lead, side by side for the lead into T1, but on the outside, we would not be able to hold on to it. This time, if we stay in P3, we'll have the inside towards turn 1. Track temp very warm, 54 degrees. One of the other reasons why we're taking it easy on the outlap. Don't want to put too much temperature into the tyres. As we've had a fellow Aston Martin jump up to P4 now. Not the Aston Martin we were fighting last week in the pre-season race. It is a different driver. I wonder if we will see that other Aston Martin. Closing up, and now Porsche demoting us down to P3. We're about 3 and a bit tenths off of them. As you can see, that front left dropping down to 99%, but all the other tyres still, well, we're at 100 until we went through the final corner. And now we start to push. little bit lighter on the fuel. Hopefully that'll allow us to find some time. Try and get the car turned into turn 1 a little bit better. Do find some time on the entry. And it's a net positive by the time we get to turn 2. I tried to use the throttle to rotate the car and, well, that didn't go well. Oh well. Yeah, there was definitely time in that lap, but yeah. Looks like we'll be starting P4 best. Hopefully we don't drop down any further. Let's just put in race fuel. Strategy. It's going to be a one-stop race. Will be an easy one-stop. No fuel saving required, but with 2 times fuel usage, it may be beneficial to fuel save. By that, obviously, the more fuel that we save, the less fuel we have to take on in our pit stop. And for, let's say, every second that we lift and coast, the amount of fuel that we save is doubled. But the amount of time we save, does that mean the amount of time we save in the pit stop is twice as much as what would be on 1x fuel, even though the time loss, theoretical or potential time loss on track is the same. So it is theoretically more beneficial to fuel save in these races than it is normally. We do get bumped down to 4th place, or 5th place, sorry, from another Mercedes. Time has run out in qualifying. 2 Hypercars unable to set a lap time, but they will get bumped up in front of us. Currently a Valkyrie on pole position. GT3s for this race. The Aston we were fighting last week isn't here. 12 Hypercars that we will have to worry about, hopefully not too much. Conditions are going to be a bit cooler in the race. Our temp looks like comes down to 37 degrees, and if it's like the preseason race, the actual race coming up will be at night time, so we'll also have cooler track conditions. But yeah, it looks like we will be starting P5. Yeah, everyone behind us in the pits. So just waiting for the server to take over to the race, which it does so now. And we can see the track temp down to 26 degrees. That's 28 degrees cooler than it was in qualifying. So yeah, car balance is going to be a little bit different when we get in here. We have a couple of minutes. We do have full fuel. We have new tyres. That is the main thing. So yeah, starting P5 within the GT3s. Hopefully, like in the preseason race last week, we can make up a couple of positions. We'll just wait another little moment before we click drive. Yeah, of course, the Hypercars have the tyre question. We're seeing some people running too hard on left, some only running a front left hard, some still running all mediums. It'll be interesting to see which of those strategies comes out on top. Let's turn our headlights on for these nighttime conditions. So yes, inside 41 this time.
formation lap has started.
And here we go. So rolling into the final corner. On to the pit limiter. Waiting for the green.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, that's better there than I thought we'd be, but it's not too bad of a reaction. Car behind didn't get a good reaction, was a little far back as we're in the slipstream of the Porsche heading towards T1. Porsche trying to close the door there, which is just going to be a little too risky. Understeering a little bit into the gravel there. Get in front of the Porsche, and the Porsche gives us a little tap on the rear and sends them spinning. So that's us up into P4. That Ferrari was coming towards the track at a really bad angle, and it's like, maybe I shouldn't go for this move just in case. Now through the triple right-handers for the first time. Thankfully that Ferrari far back enough that they're not going to be trying to pass us in here. But Aston Martin has closed up a little bit on us. Putting us under a bit of pressure now. Another yellow flag into the final corner. That's a Porsche off. And can see we already have a bit more energy than those around us. Here comes the Ferrari now. He took it quite cautiously into T1. Can see Mercedes in front using quite a bit more energy. As we have that Porsche now making their way through. Is going to be patient, which I appreciate. It's going to struggle quite a bit, but we'll eventually get the acceleration out of the slow left-hander there. That was quite the cut. Ooh, Porsche had another twitch. I held up the Mercedes a little bit. Go be in the slipstream here. Mercedes got a little bit of a better exit than we did. Not going to be close enough for a move. That felt a little harsh. But we'll have to accept it. Mercedes a little bit wide there. Opting to defend. Mercedes running in deep to this long right-hander. Might not have been too bad of a line in fairness. Cleared that track limit warning with a bit of extra lifting. I'll save a little bit more fuel, but does allow the Aston to close in on us a little bit. A little bit wide for the Hypercars through the first of these right-handers. That Porsche is really struggling, so they are. Oh, that's a bad shift. Got good exit compared to the Aston. Yeah, if we look at that energy, we're now starting to build a little bit of a gap. A few percent over the other drivers. Which will save us a few seconds when it comes to the pit stops. Following the Mercedes a bit wide through there and then running wide here my own. Already gone through a quarter of our track limit points, which isn't ideal. Again, just a little wide for the first apex there. Mercedes running a bit wide in front. Seems all three of us got track limits that last lap. Aston running out quite wide there onto the gravel, lost some quite a bit of time. Mercedes running a little bit wide again. There's the understeer from the tyre wear. Certainly becoming quite apparent through that right-hander. little bit too much of a cut there. I think the Aston is also starting to save energy behind us. I think they've caught on to what I'm trying to do and is like, oh, well, if you're doing that, I'm going to do that as well. It would be kind of funny if both of us got past the mark in the pits from fuel saving. Currently we're looking at a 23 lap race. Oh, the Aston has made a bigger mistake. They've lost a couple of positions. That's a cut. Need to be a little more on the apex there. First of the Hypercars coming through. Nicely timed run from the Porsche there. Closing in on the Mercedes. Could go for the move if I wanted to. The Mercedes going defensive. Having a look to the outside, even with the left and coast. Mercedes dipping a couple of wheels into the gravel. Lost still a bit of time from the IF there. Aston has got themselves back up to P5, but they're now 7 seconds back. Surprised it didn't ping up for track limits there. Fry a little cautious on the brakes. That Fry's sneaking up the inside. Fair enough, space was there for them. And now we have a gap in the hypercar traffic as we're a third of the way into the race. Eight percent more energy than the car in front. That's going to be worth a couple of seconds, and if we continue to fuel save, we'll need like 10% less in the next stint as well. "20 seconds is, I want to say, like 7 seconds shorter in the pit stop. Mercedes has had a good lap here, opened the gap up a bit. New personal best for them. A little bit wide through that first right-hander. Got in for a better second one. As we're catching GT3 traffic, McLaren has already made their pit stop. Got another hypercar coming up towards us. Could have carried a bit more speed through there. And Mercedes is getting held up. The Ferrari not helping the Mercedes there either. We don't lose any extra time behind the McLaren. We're able to follow the Mercedes through. Mercedes a bit wide through there. That lets us close in again. Four laps of energy. Still looking at a 23 lap race. That's a horrible line. That's also some line from the Mercedes. Wobble from the Mercedes there. Game says we need 74% virtual energy. Not a great set of right-handers there for myself. We'll only need 9 laps. Seven times 9 is 63, so we'll put 65 in to be safe. Here come the leaders again. Oh, contact. Porsche went into the back for the Mercedes and the Valkyrie then went into the Porsche. Yeah, I'm not surprised that went yellow. I was very surprised it was green in the first place. And the Mercedes is going to have to pit this lap. We're going to get 2-lap overcut. Plus a much shorter pit stop. the Mercedes filling up to full. I think that'll give us like a 12-second advantage over them in the pit stop. So does the BMW. That means we have a chance to get in front of the BMW. Personal best lap. What am I doing? Just give up like half a second for no reason there. Perfect lane to pit lane, 65%, 3 medium, left. Okay. Virtual energy, 31 second, 26 seconds. I believe a full tank is about 40 seconds virtual energy. So, yeah, we have saved, I believe, 14 seconds. Did stall the engine by not holding the clutch. So we'll get that started. Tire change now. Now that's our tire situation. The BMW is going into the final corner now. Look at that, we've jumped out in second place. By a 12-second margin. So 14.5 minutes to go now. It's just about getting it to the end now. No pit scheduled, fuel not required. Fuel usage marginal. Yes. Understeer 3 left-handers is still quite significant. Right, that's... You are very lucky I seen you putting your nose in there, because that move wasn't on. I do need to pick the pace up slightly. Down in P8's just giving themselves a stop-go by running out of virtual energy. Got a new personal best here. 59.2. Just hitting our fuel number 2. quicker than the 2 cars behind us. That's good news. Interesting approach through that third right-hander. I mean, the BMW behind would need to be 2 seconds a lap quicker than I am to catch me. Which is going to be very difficult for them given the extra fuel that they're carrying. Front left's starting to understeer again through those corners. Big gap between first and second now. Ooh, nearly spun the car there. Little hint of slipstream from the Porsche as it passes. I believe that was the Aston fighting for the lead. All the way down in P3 now. I wonder if they repaired some bodywork damage that cost them a load of time, but makes little benefit in terms of how much faster they'll go with the damage repaired. 3 laps to go. I just carried in too much speed there. Didn't cost me too much time though. Again, rear end stepping, I tried to put the power down there. Out of turn 6. Oh, BMW's made a mistake. And has now dropped down to P4, so we're now extra safe in P2. A little bit of slipstream off the Valkyrie as we now start the final lap. We could theoretically push flat out for this final lap, but why would we? Car's struggling through these right-handers. final sector now. As we come out of the final corner. To take the win, we had 2% of energy left in reserves as well. Oh, good race. Good race. Indeed. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, well, we were ahead of the hypercar overall. Wow, lol. And on top of those, it didn't finish. 6 people not finishing, bit of a disappointment for the size of grid that we have. But yeah, P2. I will take that. Ooh. BMW dropped down even further, dropped down to P6. Last of the cars on the lead GT3 lap. Yeah, look at that. Aston with the fastest lap in P3 for the Hypercars. GT3 behind the Mercedes did have slightly faster lap, but they weren't saving fuel at all. So did BMW. But of course, their pit stops much longer than ours. But yeah, that is that race. Now we click daily races and see GTE fixed. Why not? I've never actually raced a GTE car in this game. So, which do we go for? Do we go for the Aston? We're just racing the GT3 version. So, that might not be a bad idea. We have the Corvette. We have the Ferrari 488, of course. Or the Porsche. Of course, the Porsche GTE is mid-engined, not rear-engined. I'm thinking we go GTE. Or Porsche. Yeah, let's try the Porsche. And yeah, hopefully this will go a little bit better than the Mercedes did last week. Let me just change the title. I've just seen a screenshot that I'm going to have to show. Right, there we go. Title updated. Um, but yeah, if I bring this over here, this is the finish for fourth place, the Aston Martin that was behind us. Yeah, nearly grabbing P4 on the line after a spin or two. So yeah, incredibly close finish there between them two. Of course, we used good strategy to pull ourselves further in front. So just waiting for 7 minutes for this to go up. Just go relax for a moment, take a little breather, um, have a little drink here while we wait. So, yes, patiently waiting. Maybe should have had a look at that Porsche thing. Porsche battle at the start. Oh boy. This is another photo. This looks like a sketchy moment. Trying to go in the middle of two GT3s. That was the Aston, and one of the marks a little further behind the Aston that we just seen in the photo finish. And that was the two leaders. Yeah, looks like there might have already been a little bit of contact with what way the Porsche is facing and the steering angle of it. But yeah, that is sketchy looking for sure. Only a few more minutes now before we get to go out and do our first laps in a GTE car. Depending on how the first race goes, we may do 2 races. But yeah, we'll probably not do any more than 2 since we'll be getting close to 11 o'clock, and we'll at least run the Art of Rally daily event. Um, Maybe the weekly event as well. See how we feel after a couple of races. Two minutes. Just realised I probably could have joined the practice server for a little bit. That probably would have made sense, but I completely forgot that was one. But yeah, any minute now we'll be getting underway. Sebring going to be a little bit difficult, of course, very bumpy circuit. All right, here we go. Let us load in. Hi, Arbel. How did your race go? I'm not getting out in time. Fixed setup, of course, which is quite nice. Oh, yeah, we've got different tire compounds too. I forgot that's a thing in these cars. Awful. Oh, what happened? What have we got? 5 minutes. 3 laps. Let's put that much fuel in. Yeah, soft tires. Let's go. You ran out of fuel. Well, that's silly. Have you tried not running out of fuel? Snave, clip barrier, lost 5 places around fuel. You were P10 at the time. P10's not too bad. Yeah, it is awful when really annoying when you get a sneeze at a really bad time. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just, I'm not sure I'm going to get 3 flying laps in here. At least you finished. Don't destroy a tire on the first corner. Of course, last time around Sebring was on Friday in GT3 McLaren. It did not go well. Oh, you didn't have to because no fuel? Well, that was silly, Bob. So I think I've seen we're in split 2 of 15. Ranked 10 out of 21 drivers, so about midfield. Though you'd have to say, for first time driving a GTE car, getting a top 10 would be a good result. That's in deep. Nice sunset, probably the most difficult corner of the track, especially in a car that doesn't have ABS. A bit of understeer in the late corner. Otherwise not too bad. Time initially puts us 13th. We will get 2 more laps, just about, if we don't make a mistake. Much better T1. Ooh, sliding out wide there. Still 3/10 up as we come down towards the hairpin. They'll double front lock up, but a bit braver on the brakes. Finding a bit more time. Not running wide like we did last lap here, and look at the time we gained from that. Bumped down to 16th. Understeering a little bit wide there. But we're almost a second up as we come towards sunset. We are a second up. Quite the front left lockup. That actually cost us a lot of time. 4/10. One more lap. Sliding the car through T1. Oh, locking front left there. Running the car in deep, but not sliding it like we did last lap. Just over a 10th down. Did damage the front right quite a bit. Running the car a little deep into there. Did make up a little bit of time though. Car just sort of understeered as I peeled off the brake. I was expecting it to turn in a bit more than it did. Front light right lock up again. Cost me a good 4/10 there. Maybe even 5. Bring the brake bias a little more rearward. Just trying to help with front locks. We need a really good sunset here to make up half a second. Better sunset, we gained 3/10. We lost more than that over the lap. We're down in 19th place. Yeah, that was not a good qualifying session.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a
20-minute
restart.
race, we'll probably see maybe 11 laps. Let's just put in fuel for 11 just to be safe. Are people going softs or are they going mediums? I'm going to put mediums on just to be safe. What's the temp? Temp's a little bit warmer than it was. Looks like everyone else is on softs, so we'll just go softs. And yeah, oh, it's split one. So it is split one. Okay, so I don't feel as bad about being further back. But yeah, hopefully being further back can keep us out of incidents, out of issues. Because yeah, we're mainly doing this for safety rating. We won't get into silver. Starting on the inside of the penultimate row, we can only really make places up from here. But let's hope we keep it clean for the next 20 minutes. Waiting for the lights.
Green flag, green flag.
Porsche didn't turn off their pit limiter in front, but we avoided it. 4 wide into T1 in front. Corvette really squeezing us to the inside wall. Yeah, and the Ferrari that was last on the grid killed the Porsche. Look at the chaos. No murders yet, which is good to see, but means we haven't gained any places. Through their hairpin, looks to be all clean for now. The Aston in front, the only car to take medium tyres, 2 front mediums. As the Porsche in front of them defends. Lockups in front. Ferrari is closing in on us. So they're obviously not being held up by traffic. Porsche was spun there. I think we give a little tap to the Aston, which didn't mean to do. Was hoping that Aston wouldn't come as far to the left as they did. Thinking if we can maybe get to the inside here. That Porsche really not leaving, taking any caution there. And that's a per exit there. Just gonna hang the Ferrari around the outside. Start trying to put the pressure on the cars in front again. Porsche in front really deep with the lockup. I'm there. Hoping the Ferrari doesn't have a go. Also recover off the inside to make sure of it. Ooh! Ferrari hard into the pit wall. That'll be another place gain. Aston with a lot of damage has run a little bit deep. Again, just holding the Ferrari on the outside. Ferrari got very close in the braking zone there. I hope there wasn't any registered contact. Run on the Porsches again. I had a lock up. Porsche left the door open. Bit of an aggressive move, but moves us up to 15th place. A little bit of a front right lock up there. I've got some free air to push a little bit more. And we have capped the Porsche behind, so we're not at risk of them trying to retaliate. Rexy Porsche locking up and going very deep onto the grass. Just going to lose him a position, maybe two. Knifing the pressure on Porsche in front of us. Bit of a lock up from them. As long as this group doesn't back us up to the cars behind, I'll be alright. Got good exit off flat right-hander. Thinking about going for the same move. Good exit there. We're going to get to the inside before sunset. Move done for 14th. 2 cars in front setting their personal best laps of the race. They'll lock up on the front left, put me wide. Not having the greatest rhythm through sector 1. Looks like the race will be just 10 laps. Good run on the Rexy Porsche here. And the slipstream, will they go defensive? Oh, they waited right to the last moment to do so. Big lock up there. Seven minutes left to go in the race. Yeah, another they'll lock up there. Porsche behind starting to close in. Don't want to invalidate laps because, of course, that hurts our safety rating. Just trying to scare the Porsche. New personal best. That Corvette there seems to be struggling a little bit in P11. Porsche per exit there as I put all four wheels onto the grass. Had a lick to the inside, couldn't make it work. Respect to the Porsche for giving me the space. Porsche has a lockup. Too close to take advantage of it, really. Had to back up a little bit to make sure I didn't run into the back of them. Oh, bit of contact with the Porsche as we switched back to the inside. Now the other Porsche is putting pressure on them. That Porsche in way too deep, nearly giving a place up to the other one. Now we're going to try and catch up to the cars in front as they're fighting. Front right lockup there, not ideal. Aston is passed on the Chevy. We will have one lap to try and get any last position so we can. Carrying a little bit of a flat spot now. Yellow flag for something, not sure what. Have a run on the Chevy. We're going to look to the outside. Probably won't be able to make a move here. But we're just putting the pressure on. Yeah, Chevy shut the door firmly there. Again, look in the front left. And again. Really struggling with the front tires. That's given the Rexy Porsche another run. They'll lock up there, but we got off the brakes. Got the car turned in. Chevy out incredibly wide there. Okay, that was stupidly aggressive from them. P11, you just know when someone is going to take it too aggressively and get themselves into trouble. I love how it's given me an option to repair all damage, but if you look in bottom right, it's all grey. There is no damage. Yeah, well done to the Chevy on crashing there. Well done. Yeah, I was like, gap opens up on the inside. I am taking it. And it sure did. And then it's like, right, I'm not going wide now to let them back through. And sure enough, and then, they tried to go for the gap, but I kept the door shut and... Yeah, back up to P11. Happy with that. Uh, right, daily races. Oh, Sebring GTE fixed. I will have that. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll take the same Porsche. Happy with the Porsche. Uh, so a few minutes to wait before we get going for a second daily race. Uh, So just a minute now before we get going for our second daily race of the evening. Hopefully we can qualify it a little bit better. Other than 19th. Yeah, it will be a little bit tricky in the top split actually. Can I quickly see the results of that race? Yep. Rank breakdown. B11 up 8 places. Yeah, lost a bit of driver ranking. Only 1.3%. Gained 18.3% in safety ranking. That's good. 1 invalid lap, 2 contacts. Only 2, which is good. Race 4 clean laps. I swear I had. If I'd 1 invalid lap, I suppose there were a lot of little contacts. 4 little contacts. The annoying thing is, again, they were all small contacts. Minuscule contacts, but it's like, oh nope, you had a little bump because you were racing someone. Like God forbid you do racing in a race series. Yeah. Can I get into the race I registered? Game. I registered for a race. Huh? I. Yeah, I was registered. I'm going to try quick game restart just in case. That's like. I'm looking back at the stream. Entry list. Myself. Button to unregister. Button to join practice. No button to register because I'd already done it. There we go. Okay, hopefully we haven't lost any time in quali. with that little delay. Oh, we are soft. But we want 3 laps. Yep. Now we're ranked P9 in this session. So technically 1 place higher. Let's see if we can do any better in this second race. We'll get 2 flying laps. Yeah, we'll only get 2 flying laps. I could have taken a little bit more fuel out. So the brake bias is a little bit more rearward as I like it. And let's go for 2 laps as Sebring once more. Little front left lock up. Wasn't too bad though. Oh, a little front right lock up into there. A little too much curb on the inside there. Maybe could have rolled a little bit more speed into the corner. Get the bar down as early as you can through that right-hander. Out of the penultimate corner now. Towards sunset. A little bit wide on the exit, had to lift slightly. 1 more lap and we're up to P7, much better than last time. Three sector 1 better, up a 1/4 of a second. Now up a 1/3 of a second. A little bit of understeer, but car not unsettled by the curb, so we gain another 10th. Little lock up into the right-hander, but we managed to get the tyre rotating again. Up 1/2 a second now. A little bit of understeer into the penultimate corner. Lost 2/100ths of a second. That isn't much at all. Currently down to P10 now. Again, the car just understeering late in sunset. We give up maybe another 10th. Run it to the line and it's P7. Yeah, that 10th that we lost would not have gained us any places. As we're by a 10th and a half off the next spot. Yeah, P7's not too bad. Let's see if we stay there. There's some people on a third lap, but with how struggling with the front left at the end of that stint, I'm not too sure if people will be able to improve. Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. Porsche up to the top now.
Teams and drivers go to
Alright,
the
so
grid
P7. 10 laps of fuel, new tyres. Only 23 splits this time. Yeah, seems like the big thing is going to be taking care of the front left. Gonna put the headlights on just because I can. Yeah, nice to be much further up the field in the top half this time. Got the Ferrari behind us on mediums. Interesting. We're Ferrari alongside us. They'll be on our right-hand side. I never noticed on Rexy there, the Porsche just to our right-hand side, the tail that sort of goes over the rear window. Never noticed that. That's a nice little detail. It was getting a little bit itchy.
Formation lap has started.
So we get rolling off, this time from the 4th row of the grid rather than the 10th. Again, we just want to keep it clean. Avoid any instance and hope if we finish where we start here, I'll be happy. I'll be happy indeed. That Ferrari looks out of line. They're pushing the Aston over. Alright, waiting for the green.
Green flag, green flag.
Ferrari on the right hand side got a really good launch. Oh, please don't try 3 wide. Ferrari again ambitious. Looking to our inside. We fended off P7. Really poor exit there for the Aston. Delayed me getting on throttle. chop the door off the Ferrari. We'll hopefully get the move done here. They just drove into our rear end. That was nice, thanks. Not going to help safety rating. Hopefully you can now break away and start to catch up to the cars in front, possibly. Oh, locking front right into the penultimate corner here. Not ideal. Bring the brake bias back a little bit. Just try and help with front locking. I'm not too fussed about catching up to the cars in front. I just want to gap the cars behind, really. A little too tight on the inside there. Could have braked a bit later there. Turned in too early there. I'll rather take the invalid lap than give up the time and have the Aston close in on us. Didn't feel like I was too aggressive on the brakes there, but still locked the front right. Gap now second to the car behind. We're closing in on the cars in front a little bit. For safety rating though, I'd rather I didn't. If I can maybe just get in slipstream range, that might not be too bad from the cars in front, just drag me along. Oh, Aston gone to the grass, nearly lost the rear end. Gathered it back up, but gives them a pair of exit onto this straight and will give us a little bit more time, a little bit more of a gap to them. sliding the front left, sorry, across the ground. Now helpful. Looks like the Aston went quite wide there as well. Faster than the two cars in front of us. Need to make sure we do that without killing the tires though. With the silver Ferrari MP3 making a mistake, it's backing these cars in front of us up a little bit more. Yeah, Aston was a little bit quicker. Oh, Ferrari spinning off. That'll give us P5 for free. The orange Ferrari looking for a move on the silver one. Aston looked to be a little deep through the right-hander there. Yeah, the Aston is just slowly catching up to us. Big lock up for the orange Ferrari in front. We get a good run through that section at pit entry. Again, Aston running very wide through Sunset, lost quite a bit of time there. They're pushing too hard, trying to catch up to me. And that's the main reason why they're not going to catch up to me. We're only halfway through the race, 5 laps down, 5 laps to go. Oh, was that contact in front? I don't know if the brake lights blink when the Fry flashes its lights, but they don't seem too happy with Fry in front. Just counting down the laps as the orange Fry runs wide there. Oh, wow, well done, me. Thank you, Geeky. Welcome along. You join us in our final race of the evening. Silver Fry runs wide. I think they're driving a little frustrated. Feeling like they were bumped past by the orange Fry in front. I'm not too fussed about passing the Fry, I just want to keep it clean. Fry really starting to struggle with its front right tyre and locking. Bit of a slide there as they try and put the power down. You can see how much they're struggling with the front right, with how much we gained there. So close to the Fry. Try not to run into the back of it, as that'll just hurt our safety rating. And the focus is safety rating. Not too worried about driver rating. Want to get safety rating up to silver. But if the Fry makes a mistake and that gives us P4 for free, I will absolutely take it. Aston behind, starting to catch up a bit this lap, just as we've been held up by the Fry through the opening part of the lap. And I don't want the Aston catching up. I don't want to risk them going for a aggressive or audacious move. cross through around there. Try not to run into the back of the Ferrari. Ferrari's really struggling. This is just letting the Aston catch up. I locked the right front. That's going to give place to the Aston. Okay, no worries, sir. At least, you know, wasn't because we crashed. Backing off to not get a track limit. That invalidates the lap, which hurts safety rating. Does bring the Ferrari behind closer to us. But it's only a lap to go, so hopefully we can hold on. If we're lucky, the Ferrari and Aston will come together. Look at the aggression there. Thanks, Ferrari. How's it? Wait, the race is going to be a lap longer than expected. Alright, race leader will finish this lap. Okay, that's just a little glitch. Ferrari spun. That was a position. We gain P4 in the final lap. Still have the potential for P2 if something happens. Time runs out. 1 corner to go. Aston runs out wide. And we take P3 on the final corner. And the Aston just promptly boots it in the back of the silver Ferrari. I think they're a little bit annoyed. Yeah, shame we couldn't have got P2 there. It was close, but at least we held on to P3. Well, we lost P3 and then we took it back. That's a good fight. Not too many bumps in that, so I don't think we would have lost. I think we can gain a decent bit of safety ranking from that. The Porsche from the lead didn't finish. Wow. Uh, quite hot after that one. Yeah, that should be good. Both driver rating uh, and safety rating. Here we go. Results are ready. Oh. P3 up 4 places from the start. Up 10% in driver ranking. Up 23% in safety ranking. 3 race contacts, 1 invalid lap, 7 clean laps. That's what we like to see. Yeah, would be nice to have one or two less contacts, but hey ho, it just really seems like in this game, in these lobbies where you have 20-minute races, you either get a you either have a race with no one around you that's really boring and you really gain in safety rank, or you're in a really good fun battle, but you'll just have these odd little bumps that really are nothing. They're really nothing bumps, but it'll just hinder your safety rank to an extent, which is quite annoying. That person got 3 down arrows. Wow. You know, but it's like, again, no big contacts. I got, and maybe one contact was my fault. I can't remember exactly, but, a couple of times it was a car running into the back of me. And yeah. Uh, I find it weird how, even though the percentage was bigger for safety ranking, it's only indicated as 1 arrow up, but driver ranking is 2 arrows. Hmm. Interesting. But yeah. Um that is going to be it for Le Mans Ultimate. We'll run the daily event on Art of Rally, and then we will call the stream there. Because I'm a bit warm. Art of Rally. Take this off. But yeah, it was nice to have fun races. They were relatively clean too. I kind of always go into public lobbies expecting the worst, but yeah, they've not been too bad here. Online events, daily events. Let's get into this. When was last time? I don't think we've done one in the last week. No, we have not. So let's see. Group A, Finland. Of course, the Finland WRC round is this weekend, so that's quite appropriate. In the rain for this 5.1 kilometer gravel stage. What is this? This Metro? I want to say Metro or Delta. Nearly turned into RD there. So had to turn out to not hit the fence. Put me quite wide through that right-hander. Needed to brake more over that jump. Aw. Gotta be really careful with the jumps. The crests, especially when they're mid-corner like that one. Not too far to the finish now. There is the finish. 240.8. 60th. Yeah, the wide moment and having to reverse out of the fence. Not helpful indeed. Ah well. Yeah, only top 20%. Usually expect better of myself, but I can't have a good week always, especially when you take a little break from the game. But yeah, close to just withdrawing from the academy. But you know, you're just annoyed because you had a bad day, then a bad race. Yeah, I mean, you know, ultimately there's only, you know, you're still new to the game. It is a very difficult game. You know, it's not as friendly to get into as ACC was. Yeah, it's a tough one. You know, there's only one way you're going to get better, and that's, you know, by having the tough races, learning from them, and you know, just trying to iron out those mistakes. It'll take a little bit of time. But yeah, by not sneezing, yeah, not sneezing helps. But what can you do about that? That's just that is just how it goes sometimes. The only annoying thing with those races is when you have a bad race, it's not like, oh, the next race is 20 minutes, 10 or 20 minutes away to, you know, reset yourself. It's like, oh, it's next week. I mean, there's of course the daily races. I was doing a couple of there that can always sort of help fill the void, but of course you can never guarantee driving standards will be what they are in the academy, and that can ultimately be even more frustrating if it is that way. But yeah, you'll get there. Just going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of practice. That's all. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's stream. We've been going for not far from 3 hours. P10 to P16 in a single sneeze. Yeah, I mean, if you have a sneeze at the wrong moment, and you know, especially as your sort of body shakes a bit from the sneeze, you know, if that just throws you off and puts you in a wall, yeah, it's going to be really costly. You're still going slower with quality fuel than race fuel. I still don't get that. You were passing a GT3 car on the run to Ascari. Yeah, that's not a good point. It'd be bad enough sneezing when you're all by yourself, let alone trying to pass another car. Yeah, I clipped the barrier and died. Yeah, that happens. Did I have fun? Yeah, I had a couple of good races, Eddie. Luckily, didn't kill anyone else. Yeah, well, don't want to make it a double whammy of killing yourself and then killing someone else to pick up a penalty. Yeah, so always next week. Sebring next week. Sebring's a difficult one. That'll definitely be a learning curve. I mean, in the Hypercars, Monza is actually quite difficult with the big braking zones and not having the ABS. There can be a lot of time to find in those braking zones. Sebring, again, is difficult, not because the braking zones are as big or as crucial, but because they're so quite a lot bumpier. But you're skipping that one. Yes, you're skipping that one. But yeah, good fun day today, Eddie. 3 fun races. Getting some safety rating nearly into B3, which is one tier below silver. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Improved the driver rank a little bit too, which is always nice. Yeah, some fun races. Good strategy at Qatar. Got some good results, and then yeah, made up some good places through the Sebring daily races in the GTEs, and yeah, GTEs were quite fun to drive. Yeah, got used to them. They're fun to drive. They're a bit more, obviously, they don't have the new tire model like the GT3, so they're a bit more similar to the hypercars. Again, with the ABS to make them a little more similar, but better driver rating equals better daily races. Yeah, it does to extend, and hopefully better safety rating too. When I can eventually get into the other selection of events, have a little more choice rather than just the limited 2 so far. They fixed GT3 in the whatever they decide for the alternate week, whether it be fixed Mercedes at Spa or fixed LMP2s at Bahrain, like we had on the previous stream, or like this week, the fixed GTEs at Sebring. Yeah, I didn't really enjoy the Spa races last week, so that's the thing when you have limited choice. It meant you might get a race that you're like, I'm not too fussed on that one, and then you're kind of left with 40 minutes between the one other choice. Yeah, not too bad. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's stream. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Eddie, for dropping in. Thank you, Geeky, as well. Hope you all, well, Eddie was a bit late, but hope you enjoyed the races towards the end. And yeah, I'll probably talk to you all in the near future. I will be streaming next on Friday. We're going to have a couple of streams actually on Friday. We're going to have an MX5 race on Asao Corsa. That is going to be at Spa, I believe. 2 20-minute races on that, trying out sort of trialing a new community that I've signed up. For, see how they are. Have some more fun on AC since we don't have any other series on AC at the moment. And then after that, we're going to do a bit of rallying. We're going to be jumping into Dirt Rally 2. Going to be doing rally in New England, USA, with the Alpine A110 in the historic 2 rear-wheel drive class in Dirt Rally. Quite challenging car. Quite a bit of oversteer, but very fun, I must say. So hopefully you can have a good result there. Been a little while since I've actually done a bit of rallying, so a little bit rusty. Hopefully we don't have any issues getting into it. Hopefully don't have any crashes. But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes on Friday evening. That will be from about 7 o'clock-ish. Around that in UK time. And yeah, we'll be doing the rally 5-minute break after the AC, give or take. So yeah, that's the plan for this week, and then we'll be back for round 2 next week of this Wednesday series. That will be at Imola next week. So Imola, good track. Hopefully we can have another good run there. And yeah, hopefully that can be some good fun. We'll also have a race on Monday as well, just remembered looking at the time schedule. In the LMP2 class, 1 hour of Bahrain GP. That should be fun. So that'll be on Monday evening. So yeah, good few races up over the next week. Good few streams. Hopefully you can have some good fun. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. But in the meantime, thank you all for joining. Hope you enjoy the next couple of days, the rest of your Wednesday, your Thursday, and your Friday till next stream. And if I don't see you on Friday, hope you enjoy your weekend as well. But until next time, again, thank you all for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.